Hi everyone. Today I have Latif Hamlani with me. Hi Latif.
Hi, Gohan.
Welcome on board in this new series. Glad to have you here. Would you like to do a
Thank,
quick
thank you.
introduction of yourself?
Just in the way of a quick introduction, Latif Hamlani. I've been in the software technology industry now for about 37 years, which is why I have all this gray hair. And I've been very fortunate to have been in performing various roles in the software lifecycle, right? From building software to marketing, selling software, to consulting, delivering software solutions to enterprises, to supporting software, servicing software. And then I think of that really as a loop, because when you put your product out there and customers start providing you feedback, then you take that feedback and you go back to your product and engineering teams and say, hey, here's an opportunity for us to improve. And I really had the privilege to work for some of the biggest companies in the world throughout this cycle. Oracle, Microsoft, HP, AWS, and others. My last 15 years have been dedicated to building partnerships in ecosystems. And 8 years out of those last 15 years, I've been focused primarily on the AWS ecosystem. I'm also an ex-AWS strategy leader. I look forward to this call.
Wonderful. So, what are you currently working on?
So, a couple of things. Thanks for asking. One is a services company. So I intend to bring all the knowledge and experience that I've gained over the years in helping software companies build and deliver industry-leading software products, taking those to market. That's one part of my business. And then the second part of my business is really, it's an AI product that I'm building, which will really help software companies build smarter products, smarter customer-centric products, and accelerate their time to revenue.
Great. That sounds wonderful. So, the first section today, we'll talk a little bit about Cloud GTM and how startups today should approach Cloud GTM. And what's your first initial opening thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a great place to start. So, I've been meeting a lot of startups since we spun up our company, and even before that, right, at AWS and other companies that have great ideas, very innovative, that solve some real world challenges. They've even got an MVP. Some of them have real products that are working at 1, 2, 3 customers, working very well. But the challenge that these startups have is that to really be successful, they need to build a very strong partner and channel network. And honestly speaking, the only way that I have discovered to be able to do that effectively in a cost-effective way, to scale your business in a cost-effective way, is to have that very strong backbone, right, which is called your channel and partner ecosystem.
That's great. As a young startup going toward the GTM journey today, what are the main gaps they find and how can they address those?
Yeah. So, Gohan, I think for any successful business, any business, right? Software business, retail business, whatever, healthcare, you need 3 things. You need the right processes, you need the right people, and you need the right technology, right? So software is no different in the sense that software companies really need to look at their go-to-market framework and make sure that they're addressing all these 3 components, right? Process, people, technology. At SaaSconsultants.ai, we help SaaS companies, as I said, build smarter and sell faster, leveraging the latest AI technologies. This is one of the reasons why a lot of VCs that I talk to love us, because they say, hey, if you can help our startups cut their time to revenue from 18 months to 6 months. We're all in. And at SaaSconsultants.ai, we're really looking forward to partnering with Labra .io to help our customers scale their cloud business.
That's great. Yeah, I think let me just put a quick word on what Labra does as well for our audience today. So Labra is a Cloud GTM accelerator. We help companies through both products as well as services in their Cloud GTM journey. Going to the marketplace can be a complicated task, can take a few months together and require a lot of engineering effort as well. Labra makes it all easier, and we have technologized and productized the solution, making it very approachable and user-friendly for anyone just starting off with their Cloud GTM. And once they're started off there, we also help companies succeed throughout the entire journey in terms of scalability as well, where we're working with multiple clouds, not just AWS, but also Google, Microsoft, and more to come, and integrating the entire process right from your CRM. So you can not just manage the marketplace, but also do co-selling with the partners and work with channel partners effectively, which Latif just touched upon. So I think the opportunities are huge through the ecosystem. So based on your experience, what are some of the opportunities that you see that the network and co-sell can bring for such startups?
In terms of the opportunities, what you're really looking at is getting scale, right? What you want to scale as a startup through your ecosystem, through co-selling,
Yes.
and yes, the opportunity is to scale your go-to-market. But I think there's a real opportunity, and I think you've got to almost think of this first before the go-to-market. There's a real opportunity to co-innovate with your partners to bring real, differentiated solutions, right, to your mutual customers.
Absolutely. That's what every company should be striving towards. And I think there is just so much opportunity there in terms of like technological niche or else like specific geographical requirements, that there are so many partners out there who can help out with in terms of the global level as well as regional and country levels. So there's a ton of opportunity for anyone looking to explore in that space. Perfect. So let's move on to the next set of questions. Next segment. Do you have anything else you want to add on the Cloud GTM gaps part? Or we can move on
I
to
have a
the...
lot to add, but we're going to run out of time.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's move on to the next section where we talk about Latif's experience working at both AWS as well as a lot of ISVs and GSIs. So Latif, can you recap that experience working on both sides of the partnership?
Yeah, absolutely happy to do that. Guhan, really, for any successful SaaS go-to-market, you really need four legs of the stool or four legs of the table to be very strong. You need to have technology partners. You need to have cloud service provider partners, right? That 800-pound gorillas in the space. You need to have channel partners who are going to help you, as we were just discussing, take your solution to market. And then, of course, at the center of it all is your technology, right? What I have found to be a successful strategy, whether I worked at AWS helping software companies grow their business, or on the other side of the fence working for enterprise software companies to grow their cloud business, is I found that the key to success is to really fire on all these four cylinders.
Amazing. So for anyone looking to just start off with their partnership teams, like assuming they don't have a partnership team in-house, so what would be the tips or recommendations there? Would they just hire someone from the market, or should they try to build a talent from within?
It kind of depends on what stage you are at, right, at a software company. So if you're in your early stages, pre-seed, seed, your priority really is to get the product in the hands of a few people, customers, get validation, get feedback on your product, make sure you have customer success. So you're probably not thinking about scale at that point. Ecosystem and scale should always be in the back of your mind, but where it really starts to come to the foreground of your mind is when you say, okay, I've got my first 10 customers. Now, how do I get from 10 to 100? And how do I do that effectively? Because there's two ways of doing it. You can hire a lot of salespeople that will cost you money, and there's no guarantees because they may not make their quotas at the end of the year. Or you can enable and work with 100 channel partners who really understand the space that you're in and are already working with the customers you want to work with and already have relationships, trusted relationships in place to help you with your go-to-market.
Amazing. Perfect. I think that should be sufficient for that part. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to focus a little bit more on AWS partnerships in specific. So you have worked at AWS in 2016 to 2018. So compared to that period, how do you see the partnership ecosystem at AWS? What has changed?
The AWS partner ecosystem has changed tremendously at AWS. As I said, I'm ex-AWS, and the one thing I learned on day one, pun intended, is that it's always day one at AWS, which means that you start the day saying, okay, how can I rethink this business and how can I serve my customers better? I'll give you an example. In the last week, my ex-colleague, friend of mine, Matt, we call him Matt Y. No one can pronounce his last name. I can. Yanchishin, easy. Has launched 4-5 new features on the marketplace. And I know, it's leading up to reInvent and they're trying to build momentum and everything. But you can imagine that the amount of creativity and effort, I mean, talk about having the right people, processes, and tools in place to come out with so many new features a week before or 2 weeks before reInvent.
Definitely. Yeah, the scale of partnerships is tremendous, and I even see like the other hyperscalers are still catching up to what AWS is, and I think that's going to be the same way for a few more years to come at least, maybe decades as well. Cool. Now, focusing a little bit more on the startups and SMBs benefiting out of these partnerships with the hyperscalers like AWS, how can they leverage by being part of the programs itself, or again, like what should they do to drive success within the programs?
Yeah, that's a great question. Having been at AWS, helping software companies grow their cloud business, and then also being on the other side of the fence, helping enterprise software companies grow their business, the one thing that software companies, B2B companies need to realize is that the cloud and the cloud marketplace is not a field of dreams. It is not that if you build it and put it on the marketplace, that automatically the next day you're going to double your business and then double your business again the day after that. That's not the way it works. The cloud hyperscalers are giving you a wonderful platform to build smart products, to accelerate your time to revenue, but you have to do the heavy lifting, right? So you have to have a very clearly laid out go-to-market plan. You need to have a very clear ecosystem of partners defined, and you need to have shown some success in demonstrating to the hyperscaler that you're working with, your strategic CSP partner, that you have had success you've proven your ability to help customers succeed in their missions, and that you help the hyperscaler in their objective, right? Whether it's moving workloads faster to the cloud, building great cloud native workloads, from the ground up, or what have you.
Yep, for sure. I think cloud marketplaces play a huge role in this ongoing shift, and I think it's in a great time, like where we're seeing a huge inflow of the AI-based startups, and that marketplace can be like a huge opportunity for every one of them to get to that scale and work with their channel partners in an effective way as well. Awesome. I think that's all I had in the questions. Anything else you want to add? Any other closing remark or thoughts?
The only thing, and I guess end on a bit of a philosophical note, is that we are in a AI arms race, and for us to succeed, we have to not only develop great AI software that automates in an intelligent fashion various businesses that we have, but we also have to automate the process of building that AI software and distributing that AI software, right? That is a very key and a fundamental process that we need to automate and leverage AI.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today, Latif. Really valuable insights for our audience today.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful.